Hello family and friends. Now I got the bridge on. Came out really good. 52 Tele Reissue. Now it's time to replace the tuning keys, or what they like to call them, machine heads. I got Gotha machine heads, locking. I took one out and did a lot of research, and I read the paperwork. Always read the instructions. No matter if you're a genius or not, make sure you just read through it, It doesn't take a lot of time unless you're 3 years old. It tells you everything about it. Magnum Lock Operational Manual. Just read it, They come with 2 different size bushings. So you gotta take the old bushing, and it's got ridges on it. Gotta match this up with the new ones. And they came with 2 different kinds. So these, they're a little longer. These are a little shorter. So I'm gonna use the shorter ones that are in this package. And as I said before, I told this to John, if you're working on a guitar, get a brand new plastic baggie to put all your parts in. So you can save them in the drawer or with the guitar. I'm gonna mark this 52 Tele tuning pegs. 1998. So let's start taking apart the tuning pegs. They're 27 years old. This one is loose. So look at that. That's beautiful. All right. We're gonna flip her over and take out some screws from the machine heads. All right, so I've already taken out one machine head and the bushing and read up on it all. This is the old one. Fender, standard Fender Clusen type machine head, right? I was taking off the screws. They're so small. My screwdriver was a little too big, right? So I went to my drawer and I got a little screwdriver. Small one. That would fit a little better. So let's take out all these screws. I took out 2 screws already. I'm gonna take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. These are kind of tight in there, but they should come out pretty good. You gotta press down hard and then turn so you don't strip the screws. This one looks like it was put in an angle from the factory. That's why it was loose. All right, one more. All right. This is where your baggie comes in. I'm going to use the new screws. So I want to put all the old screws in the bag, as it were. Got 3 already. These should come right out. They come right out. Look at that. So easy. They come right out. The new ones will go right back in. Look at that. So this is what it looks like. I got some really nice grain marks there. That's grain from the wood. You can see the bushings are inside there. And I lost a screw already, but I found it. I have 7 screws. The new ones look really chintzy and small, so I'm gonna use these old steel screws. I'm gonna use the old ones, from the old tunas to the new ones. I think I'm gonna clean up this just a little bit. I really don't want to touch it, but let's get those bushings out of there. I took the bushing. I've got my bushing extraction tool. It's a special piece of metal. You might say it's heavy metal. I don't think it's stainless steel, but it's heavy. You just put it in there like this. And then what I did, instead of a hammer, you just gently want to tap it. See if it works. Nope. I got to be more careful, so I'm going to get the camera set up and do this the right way. So I laid the guitar flat on the table. I don't want it bouncing around like this. So put the special heavy metal bushing extractor in there like that. Got my pair of dikes, wire cutters. We call them dikes. They're just to strip bare wire, or cut wire, or even nails and screws. But you really don't need a hammer. So I'm just gonna use it. This is pretty heavy. I'm gonna give it a couple taps. And it comes out. Bushing just pops out. 3 more. Oh, that came out good. That came out good. That came out great. Let's flip it over and see what it looks like. All right, looks good. I didn't chip anything, Keith. So the bushings go in this way. And these are the old bushings. They go in just like that. And they're not screwed in or nothing, they just are punched in. Look at that nice grain on that wood. It's maple. So now I gotta put the brand new ones in there. And they have little ridges on the side. Norlands, they call them. Norlands. There's little ridges. So the new ones have the same thing. So I'm going to try to twist it and see if I can get the new ones to go in the same, like, ridges. So it, like, pops in, like, easier, you know? without messing up the wood inside. That's what I reckon I'll do. Let's get it done then. All right, so the bag is very important. Had the 6 old tuners in there, and I was missing one of these bushings. So I was looking for it. You need 6 of them. It was in the bag with the other ones. So that's why you got to keep all your parts together, because you'll lose these parts so easily. So these are the old ones. They go in the bag. It's my bag, baby. They go in there. I still got the old screws, and I got some brand new tuners to put in. I'll keep my heavy metal. Let's get the, these are the new bushings that fit the new tuners. The new bushing, the tuners are a little less in diameter than the old ones. So these bushings are a little bit smaller inside. See the extra metal there? Than the other ones. That's why it's very important to read the instructions and use the right parts when you're putting on new tuners, mate. And here are the other tuners. They got 3 tuners with the little green sticker. Those have a smaller diameter for smaller strings. So they go with your E, A, D, G, B, A, E string. G, B, E. Those get the green dot. He wants to go in. All right, I put 1 bushing in. I'm gonna try to feel where they want to go in. Use a little piece of plastic. Take the dikes. Just give it a tap. A little more. That looks really good. That one just goes right in. That's flush. Kind of turn it until it like wants to sit in there. I'm holding the neck up with my fingers. These are just bushings. Oh, that one goes right in. All right. Brand new bushings pole. You want to be very delicate. That looks great. Brand new bushings. Just tap them in and you're done. Let's flip it over. Shall we? Yeah, Keith, flip it over. All right, mate, let's do it. I can't be worried about the lacquer that comes off the polyurethane. It's just the way it is. Just gonna put the new tuners in and screw them down. It's an old guitar, and that's what happens. I'm not gonna try to clean it up or anything. Just gonna let it be what it be. It is what it is. Without you or within you. There's a fog upon LA, and my friends have lost their way. They'll be here, they say, on Blue Jay Way. All right, let's drop the tuners. Okay, I got 3 green dot, and this one has the hole on the top. That means it goes right here. Look at that. The rest, each one shares 2 screws. So I'm just going to drop them in like that. Can't really get any easier than that. This one goes here because of the screw hole. All right. These are the other bushings that are a little longer. So I've got some bushings. I can write a song about extra bushing. There's the bush. Now putting the screws in there is going to be a little difficult, but I'll try it. Time for a break. I'm going to use the old screws. The new screws look kind of cheap, and they've got the Phillip head on there. They should be better with the Phillips, but I like this slot, and the old ones look like they're real steel, and the threads go all the way up to the top. These have a little collar on them where the threads don't go all the way down or up or down. So I'm going to use the old screws. I have one started already. So I'm going to use my little screwdriver here, a flat, and start screwing all the screws in. 7 of them. All right, I got a couple in. It's really like surgery. You got to get it in there. Just give it a couple turns. Got 3. It's surgery. Guitar surgery. You can lose these little screws, man. I got my big fingers. Oh, yeah, see? All right, doctor. So I like that slot a little better. And these are steel screws. So they should work good. The original. Until I get in the hole, Paul. It's hard. You gotta get it in there. I did that one good. Ah. There. Ah. Get in there. Same screw holes. 2 more left. Oh, that went in good. It's surgery, Paul. All right, Joe. Here's Paul McCartney. Got 1 more left. Same threads, same screws, brand new keys, tuning machine heads. They also call them tuning keys. All right, let's take a closer look before I tighten it up. One last look before I tighten them up. I'm going to be real careful and just get them snug as a bug in a rug. That could be a good song. As snug as a bug in a rug, Paul. Where's George? George Harrison. This is George Harrison. Paulie and John are trying to make a new guitar. Speak. They'd be genius. They could make a guitar speak. All right. Hey, Paulie. What, George? Why don't you just screw those screws down then? All right, John. George? John? Who are you? This is Paul McCartney. I have somebody doing this for myself. I pay somebody to do this. Let's get them tightened down then. Quit locking about. All right then. I did the bottom one. I'm gonna do the top one. I'm gonna press down. Get it snug. Then I'll come back and just give them a little pinch. Just finger tight, man. Don't overdo it. Don't strip the screw. You have to adjust the screwdriver every once in a while to make sure it's in the middle. Comes down nice and snug. Guitar surgery, that is. Whoop. It starts to come up here, so I'm going to do this one before I tighten it down. Might be a little tight already. There it goes. Nice. This one just wants to go in like long, tall Sally. Right now I'm gonna go by, just give him a little love. A little love me do with the screw. Love me screws. The solid steel. And I love you. All right, it's done. They're in. They're tight. They're aligned. Let's flip it over. This time I'm going to use the lower belt. And look what I did. All right. Brand new tuning keys on the machine head. Now they're locking. So these screw out like this. You put the screw in. So yeah, I need a bigger one now. supposed to they made these to put a dime or a nickel or a penny in the slot. If you have some spare change and you're at a gig and the string breaks and you got a penny or a dime, you can use that to unloosen instead of carrying around a screwdriver. All right. Now I got to put new strings on. Brand new tuning keys. Machine head. Say it right. Look at that bridge. Where's the confounded bridge? It's right there. All right. I got all my parts. The new screws I'm going to put in the bag with the old tuners. And I'm going to put my special tool in there. Put it in the Ziploc bag. I'm going to mark this 1998 52 Telly. I'll put the instructions in there and put it all in the drawer. All right. I'm going to clean up these frets. I'm going to clean these up, man. They look a little green. I got some scratches there. Probably from my fingernail or something. Look at the dirt on there. Got to clean up the frets. I'm going to get some 000 steel wool. That'll work great. Look how dirty they are. Oxidizing from bad strings or old strings or whatever. All right. Let me get some steel wool. See how I do this. I used both plastic baggies for the screws in a little bag and then a bigger bag to keep them safe. And then I'm going to put them right in the bigger bag with the parts. Parts are parts. Then I'm going to put my tool in there. That's it. They look shiny and happy. People. Shiny, happy people dancing. While I was here, there's a little set screw in there, and this was kind of loose. I'd turn it and the head would come off, but the nut right there is tight. So the little set screw in here is probably just loose. So all I have to do after I check the nut is put it back on like that and tighten that set screw with my miniature flat blade screwdriver. Fits in there perfect. Let me do that right now. So what I did is when this volume knob and this is a tone knob, when the volume knob is all the way up, I can see the screw hole when I'm playing it, right? So I know it's all the way up. Going back down, then I go like a, it's all the way up. So I related this one to that one. The tone, it's all the way off. When I turn it, it's all the way up. I can see both screw holes when I'm playing it. So I know it's like all the way up. I can just go like that, but it's just a little reference, you know, which is really cool. It's nice to have a visual you know, if you're playing, you can just look and see, oh, it's all the way up already. I'm gonna back it down a little or whatever. If you didn't have any visual, you'd have to go and mess with it. But we play so fast anyway. I got a 3 selector switch. I'm gonna just tighten these screws on the pick guard and the plate right there, just to make sure everything's nice and tighty. Tighty whitey. Now this is no way an endorsement of using 000 steel wool. You should never use steel wool on your guitar because it'll ruin your pickups. So I've taken great care to put tape over the pickups. And I just want to get the frets a little cleaner. They're like green with some finger junk, dirt on them. So I'm taking the steel wool, taking the tape and putting them across each fret and just wiping it down. You see all that steel wool? If that gets in your pickup, you've ruined it. You've ruined your pickup. But I just want to get a quick clean on the frets until I get the right tools to do it properly, a buffer and some compound. I've got a couple more frets to do. And I put the tape on the pickups so that steel wool doesn't attach to the pickups. But look at the frets now. The frets look good. They're not totally shiny, but they're a lot cleaner looking, by like 100% better looking than the ones down here. Look at, they're all dull and gray. And so I'm doing this really quick so I can put new strings on. And then I'll get some regular compound buffer wheel, diamond files to make the frets really pop, really smooth as glass. Look at all that got to keep that away from the pickups. Once it's there in the pickup, you can't get it off a magnet. But it's gonna look a lot better than it did. I want to put new strings on and get the neck back up to tension. It's been without strings for 2 days. So I'm gonna keep doing, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more frets. And I'll probably just put strings on. Thanks for watching. Well, the frets are dirty. These frets are clean. I gotta get better tools. Fret dresser. I have a really high powered magnet to get some of the metal. Look how much I got off of the towel. Look at all that. Look at all this. Don't ever use steel wool on a guitar. Got to get something better. Regular polishing, fret erasers and whatnot, whatever. Look at that. This is a magnet I got from work. Super, super heavy duty. Look at that. Don't get it close to your guitar pickups. You'll end up spending $100, $200 for 2 pickups. There's the proof right there. I just took this and just went around here like this, collecting all the steel wool. Whoa, look at that. All right, I finished. Frets look really good. It's a 4th of July, the second day project here. I'll do a look-see. I've tightened up all the screws. I used the steel wool on that chrome right there, and it worked great. There's a little bit of corrosion right there, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Maybe I'll hit that spot right there. But look, it came out good. I'm gonna hit that right there right now. Just a little. It looks a lot better already. Yeah, I don't want to get it all. The magnet's right there. All right, that's it. I'm gonna put it on the stand. Get ready to put strings on. I got a lot of work to do with intonation and putting strings on. That's another hour, 2-hour job. Tools. Tools of the trade. I got the frets looking really good. Never used steel wool, but I used it in a pinch. Stupid is and stupid does. I'll get the right tools next time. This was just a quick cleanup at day 2. The tuners, the new bridge, the confounded bridge. All right. I don't exactly want it to look brand new either. I want it to look old. I want to get it relic. All right. Mike's Grill and Barbecue, working on guitars. It's my second living, you know. Rock and roll. So I replaced the bridge, put new tuners on, tighten the screws, buff the frets up, and I think I'm gonna stop this video here because it's getting late. It's 4th of July. The guitar looks good. Tomorrow I'll make a new video of stringing the guitar up. I got brand new strings. It's gonna be a long video. I'll try to cut it down. But thanks for watching. 52 Tele, Fender Telecaster. One of the first Leo Fender guitars made in like 1950, 1951, before the Stratocaster. Before Buddy Holly got his in 54. They changed the Tele name from a broadcaster to an Esquire, broadcaster, no caster, Telecaster, because of all legal copyright and patents and everything. The original 51, 52, 53s, Esquires only had one pickup, and they're worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. Mine is just a copy a 98, but it's still 27 years old. So tomorrow, I'll put new strings on. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and tune up. And watch my hot dog video. I made a Texas chili today from scratch, from hamburger, spices, Wolf brand. Bye, everybody. Kukumaluku. Fireworks and gunshots and explosions gonna start happening pretty soon. Be safe and sane. Stay home. Just watch TV and there's fires everywhere. Fireworks are going off. Look at this. The news. 25 tons of illegal fireworks seized in Southgate. 5 people arrested. 25 tons? Sold out of a home. They're making tens of thousands, maybe $100,000 selling illegal fireworks. Riverside police using drones to spot illegal fireworks. the bear in the air, the police helicopter was circling a little while ago. They're going to look for people shooting off fireworks. All right. Bye, everybody. Take care.